The reality is, we're never going to feel fully ready to make a big life change. You just have to decide what you want and make it happen. And know that once you're there, everything will fall into place and it'll all make sense. And now, being on this other side of actually being here, having made this huge decision and just jumped off the cliff and trusted we would be caught, I just have such a new, I guess you could say, a renewed faith in just the right timing of life. To move back to your hometown, so many emotions come with that. You're comparing yourself to how you were back when you left, and you're judging yourself for, like, have you accomplished enough? Have you not accomplished enough? And I don't want to say hard, but it was a really challenging but also beautiful process making the decision to move here. And okay, greetings from my childhood bedroom. I'm Reid. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you never miss a future episode. I honestly can't even believe I am making this video. This is probably my most vulnerable video yet. We have moved yet again. I am sure y'all have been wondering where I've been. It's been a while since I've made a video, and that is because we just moved across the country again. I literally can't believe it, but it happened so fast, and I feel like now is the time to be a bit more vulnerable and transparent with y'all. Just to be honest about what made us make this decision and how I felt about it, and also where I've actually been at since I started this channel and where I've been at in life and my thought process about everything. And I mean, it's a bit nerve-wracking being so vulnerable about making such big life decisions. You know, when we make these big life decisions, we want them to come in like this pretty little package with a bow and have them make sense to everyone else we tell them to. And sometimes we make these big life decisions and they make no sense to anyone else but us. And sometimes they don't make any sense to us at all. And we're just trusting our gut and trusting that we are going where we need to be and trusting our higher selves that we're being led in the right direction. So I'm just going to tell y'all what's been going on. So without further ado, okay, let's get into it. Where to begin? When I started this channel, we were living in Austin, Texas. If you've been following along, you know that I was living in Los Angeles for about 13, 14 years. And I moved to LA when I was 18. And then we moved to Austin, and we were in Austin for about 2 years. And about a year in, we started to feel like this was not necessarily the right fit for us long term. And that was kind of a hard thing to admit because we moved to Austin with the full intention of starting a family there and being there forever. And it became very clear that that was not our forever home. And my husband, we eloped in January. My husband was always obsessed with my hometown, and which is like on the other side of the country than Austin. And I was always like, no, I'm never moving back there. Like, to even get to Los Angeles from my hometown was such a huge thing. But the more we talked about it and came back to visit, I was like, wow, my hometown is no longer a town. This place is a city. Like, my hometown is a full-blown city. And after a while of thinking about it and a lot of conversations, we decided we were going to move back to my hometown. So here we are. We have put all of our stuff in storage and moved back into my parents' house with our 2 animals, our husky Ragnar and our cat Isabella. And we are here in my childhood bedroom and in the process of looking for a home to call our own. So that's what happened. That's why I disappeared. We basically made the decision to move, and a week later we left. So our lease wasn't up till May 15th, and we decided on March. We decided in March, like March 26th, that we were going to move, and we left on April 5th. So here we are, and it's honestly been a whirlwind. And I'll be honest with y'all, like, to move in general, that decision is not made lightly, but to move back to your hometown, so many emotions come with that. You're comparing yourself to how you were back when you left, and you're judging yourself for, like, have you accomplished enough? Have you not accomplished enough? And it was a really hard, I don't want to say hard, but it was a really challenging but also beautiful process making the decision to move here. And I remember when I left my hometown and moved out to Los Angeles, completely on the other side of the country, I had the biggest dreams of becoming an actress. And oh, I can already hear my accent coming back. I had the biggest dreams and I made my dreams come true. I might not have made them come true to the extent that I wanted them to come true, but I made my dreams come true. And there's something about moving back to your hometown. You feel like you're settling down or starting over, and you are starting over, but just because I'm moving back to my hometown does not mean I have to completely give up on my dreams. In fact, my dreams are still the same dreams, and I can still pursue my career and everything I've been pursuing ever since I left, even when I'm back here. But also, I have new dreams, and there's so many benefits of being here, especially when we want to start a family, and my family's already here. So, I mean, I grew up here with my grandparents and my cousins and my aunts and uncles, and I can't imagine having a family in a place where my kids don't have access to their grandparents and their extended family. I just think the pros definitely outweighed the cons. And when I really thought about it, there were really no cons to moving back here. But I feel just like making this decision, once I made the decision, I just got so excited about it. Like, I've been so excited about coming here. And I guess I'll reveal where we are. We have moved to Greenville, South Carolina. So I grew up in Greenville. I moved to LA at 18. Then we moved to Austin, and now I'm back in Greenville. And to be honest, I don't think we would have moved to Greenville had we not moved to Austin. I don't think I would have allowed us. Like, I can't imagine moving straight from Los Angeles to Greenville, but having that stepping stone of Austin to get me out of LA and see, wow, I could actually be happy living somewhere else because I was so attached to LA and my identity was attached to LA, and just moving somewhere else that's also like really cool and vibrant and there's a lot happening like Austin helped me realize I can be happy somewhere else other than LA. And now that we're in Greenville, we've been here for 2 weeks now. We are just having the best time, and just our happiness level, it's like night and day from in Austin. But I'll be honest, we liked Austin, but we knew we wanted to move for a long time once we were there. And you know, once you've made a decision to move and you're just like waiting for the right time, you're just like in this kind of purgatory. It felt like we were in a purgatory for a while. And so now that we're here, I just feel like the world is our oyster. We're connecting with new friends, connecting with old friends, building our community, looking for a home for ourselves. We're house hunting, which is like a whole other thing. I feel like such a grown up. House hunting, it's like such a big responsibility, but so fun. And I honestly already know it's the best decision we've ever made. One of the best decisions we've ever made, besides eloping. But we are here. And today I just wanted to unpack the feelings that go into making such a big life change, like moving in general, especially moving to your hometown, changing careers, just like making these big monumental decisions that have the possibility to completely change your identity. And what I'm really working on now is, just because I moved back to my hometown doesn't mean I'm taking a step back. It doesn't mean I'm settling down. I feel more expansive and like there's more opportunity for me now that I'm here than I have in a really long time. And that is just such an exciting thing to like be proven wrong about what you thought it would be like to come back here. Yes, the city has changed so much. And when I left here, it felt like a small town, and now it's a huge city, and there's so many awesome things going on here. And I actually feel like I can really be whoever I want to be and create whatever life I want to create here. And it's just such an exciting time. And I also feel like we made the decision to move here and actually got here before I was actually ready. And one thing I wanted to talk about is like, before you make a big life decision or change, we always want to like feel ready. It's like we want to feel ready to like have a kid. We want to feel ready to change jobs. And the reality is we're never going to feel fully ready to make a big life change. You just have to decide what you want and make it happen, and know that once you're there, everything will fall into place and it'll all make sense. And now being on this other side of actually being here, having made this huge decision and just jumped off the cliff and trusted we would be caught, I just have such a new found, or I guess you could say a renewed faith in just the right timing of life and how, I mean, if we had moved here 3 years ago, I don't know if it would have been right. And now it just feels like everything's happening the way it should have been, you know? But if we had waited till it felt right to move to Greenville, I don't know if we would have ever moved. You only know when it's the right time after you've made the decision sometimes. You know what I mean? So now we're here, we're starting over. And for me too, like a lot of my fears was like, if I move to Greenville, will I still be able to have my acting career? Like, even leaving LA for Austin, I felt like I was sacrificing. When ultimately, when we moved to Austin, I realized I wasn't sacrificing anything. In fact, I was actually opening myself up to even more opportunities because there are so many things that actually film in Austin that I would not have gotten the opportunity to audition for had I not left LA. And now that we're in South Carolina, we're so close to Georgia. Lots of things film in South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia. I'm going to have so many more opportunities here. So it's really been about letting go of what I thought my life should or would look like and being open to it turning out even better than I could have ever imagined. And I'm already seeing so much proof in the pudding of that that's going to be the case. Even making this video, it's kind of nerve-wracking for me because I don't even know if I'm like ready to fully embrace having moved back to my hometown. And by making this video, I truly am outing my shadow and saying, I am so afraid to say I moved back to my hometown. Even though it's so great and even though I'm so happy here, I'm actually terrified of what people will think, what they'll say. And it's probably just people, anyone who has anything negative probably hasn't even been to this city before. They probably haven't even been to Greenville and experienced how cool it is. So I have to let that go because even when we moved to Austin, I don't think I was open about living in Austin for about a year. I honestly probably didn't tell even a lot of people I'd even left LA. And I just think about how much happier I would have been had I fully embraced being honest about where I was living and how much I actually enjoyed it when I was in Austin. And I don't want to let that happen, especially because we do want to have a family in Greenville and we want to be here for a long time. So this is me just outing my shadow from the get-go. We have moved to Greenville, South Carolina, and we are happy about it, man. We are so happy about it. And I just feel like anything is possible. Even recording this in my childhood bedroom is a trip. I thought if I ever moved back to Greenville, one, I never thought it would even happen. But two, I always thought that if I did, it would have been worst case scenario and I would have not been happy about it. But we are so happy. And like so many work opportunities are already coming to us, so many new friends we're making. It's just been so great. So I'll probably do a part two to this video where I talk more about how when we make big life decisions, how we can start over and how we can capitalize on this fresh start. Like whenever you move across the country or make this big of a change, you really do have the opportunity to become a completely new person, to completely change your identity and become the person you've always dreamed of becoming. And I can feel myself doing that right now. Letting go of the old and welcoming in the new. It just feels so good. And all of our stuff is literally in a storage unit. And it's just, I can't believe we did that. And we're here, like, living off of just like everything we packed in a suitcase. But I I wouldn't have it any other way. We are so happy. And being vulnerable with y'all and honest with y'all really does feel like I can like take a deep breath. It's like I can breathe. And I don't want to hide about where I am and what I'm doing. It's such a big thing too, you know? Like I don't want to, because like so many cool things come from moving here and I want to be able to share them with y'all, and I don't want to feel like I'm hiding or being secretive in any way. So this is me outing my shadow, letting y'all know that we have moved to Greenville, South Carolina, and we are so happy about it. We've already been here 2 weeks, and I feel like when we moved here, I told myself I'd give myself the first, or me and my husband, the first month to just like get situated, not feel like we have to like do much of anything, just explore and see where we want to live and such. But honestly, so many opportunities have been coming to us. Like my husband has a new job, like so many work opportunities are coming for both of us. I just feel like at home in my body. Like, it's just so fun to see all these people that I grew up with and lots of people who have left and moved back. And we're meeting so many new people, making so many new friends, and just so many opportunities that we have not been just chilling and seeing where we want to live. Like, there's been a lot going on, and time has been moving very fast. Like, it's just going by very fast, which is a good thing, I think, because we're hustling, man. Like, we are making things happen. So I'm really proud of us. It's very exciting. I hope I'm not getting sick. My voice is kind of going out a bit because we've been doing so much, but we're going to New Orleans for a wedding this weekend. Then we have my cousin's wedding here the following weekend. And then we can really just kind of like not relax, but just like know that we're going to be in Greenville for a while without anything big coming up. Like, no trips coming up, and we can just be here and enjoy. And hopefully we will have a house in a few weeks. The house hunting process has been such a thing. And wherever we land, I want to take y'all along for the ride, which is super exciting just to be first-time homeowners. Hopefully it works out. So that is pretty much it. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave me a comment. Let me know what big life changes you're in the process of making. Whether you've just made a life change, you're thinking about it, drop a comment, let me know anything you'd want to share. I'm just like, you know, when you make a big life change, you're like, oh my gosh, like, I just want everyone to be making big changes with me, because I know they seem really scary at first, but then once you do them and you jump off the cliff, it always works out. And at the end of the day, whatever decision you make, don't worry about if it's the right or wrong decision. Whatever decision you make, just make it the right decision. And that's what we're doing. And I just can't wait to see what happens next. And yeah, oh my gosh, okay. I know we're ending this video abruptly, but I don't even know what else to say. I'm just so happy and excited. And just thank you so much for being along for the ride. I'm so happy y'all are here. And I'll see y'all next time.